So I recently started playing Cerebro, been having a ton of fun, and it's been performing really well with me. I decided to see if I could take this through from the Proving Grounds all the way through a Gold Conquest to see if I could get me an infinite ticket. I decided to try this out on stream the other night and was almost successful. We went all the way into the third round of Gold, ultimately losing to what I consider to be the deck's biggest weakness, and that there definitely is some struggle with any zone that will give you additional power or reduce your power. And that's why you do play things like Luke Cage that, helps protect you from like high Evo, for example. But anytime there's a zone that is, -2 power, -1 power, whatever, it'll protect you from that. Because with Cerebro, you want all of your cards to be at that 2 power stat line. The only exception is Blue Marvel, which is going to be at the 3 power stat line, but he buffs everybody else, not himself, but he buffs everybody else to that 3 power stat line. So that's your new stat line for Cerebro to then give +2 to everything, and then hopefully Mystique to give another +2 as well. It's really, really nice, but the moment you have a card that is stronger than 2 or 3, depending on if you have Blue Marvel out, the moment that happens, you're only buffing that card, and it is highly detrimental. It feels really, really bad to play against anytime, especially you do play Storm, so you have a little bit of location control as well. But unfortunately, sometimes I've had games where all 3 will adjust your power. If you have the zone that, every card here gets +1 at the end of the turn, or like I said, the negative ones aren't too bad, because as long as Luke Cage isn't the last card in your deck, which happens sometimes. But as long as that's you're able to draw into Luke Cage, the negative ones aren't too bad. But it's the ones that give +2 to the cards in your hand. That really sucks. On turn 5, everything here gets +2. There is a slight workaround with that, because you have Cerebro and Mystique, which are both 0 power cards, and you can play them there. Ideally, you want to. I like to save Cerebro and Mystique for a turn 6 surprise play, and big stat buff across the board, and it really is a huge surprise element. But if you do have that zone that is +2 to all cards here on turn 5, you can maybe turn 3 Cerebro, turn 4 Mystique, and then they actually will then get the Cerebro buff after that. So it can be beneficial, but it is still kind of hard to work around, and you lose that surprise element. That being said, it's just rough. Like I said, you have Storm, but like if all 3 zones are adjusting power levels, and especially if it's up and not down, again, down's not that big of a deal because of Luke, but if everything's bumping up, or like if you get the +2 in the hands, like that's really rough, because suddenly you can't play those cards unless they're Cerebro or Mystique from the +2. But yeah, anything else will just completely screw up your game plan. That being said, aside from when you get screwed over by that, I feel the deck performs super, super well. I feel like it's a lot of fun to play. The game plan is pretty straightforward. You just fill the board with as many cards as you can. The deck is very interchangeable in the regards of you just have to play things at a 2 power level, and try to play things that are either filling up the board, like Mr. Sinister, or not Groot, Brood, or be playing cards, like Iceman and Korg and things that are just going to be slowing down your opponent, irritating your opponent in some kind of way. But other than that, let's go ahead and hope you enjoy the games. I'm just going to be showing a few of the games. Like I said, we made it from Proving Rounds all the way up into the 3rd game of Gold and almost made it there. But hopefully, maybe next time we can make it happen. It'll at least win me middle, and it'll give me a pretty good board over here on the left side. We'll snap. So now I know he has Killmonger. Kinda sucks. I only play a couple 1-drops, but there's no way he beats me with this 1 card over here, right? No way. Awesome. Hell yeah. See, he wasn't expecting the Cerebro. Victory. Alrighty, and I got him down to 2, so he might even just back out. Yep, there we go. That's another reason I like playing those. Any deck that can surprise in Conquest is huge. feels bad because I just retreated early on. I had such bad rounds, but I mean, like, what are you going to do? Cerebro is very particular. I'm a little surprised he's still going with it. And I had that one win where I really wasn't expecting to win that way. It's not the typical way to play. I don't really want that Vibranium. Because I can't play Vibranium, so it's really just 100% dead draws. At least, like, when you're playing anything else, really anything else. It's like, oh, I can just, it's a 1-drop that's 4 power. That's something. See, he doesn't mind the rocks. Ooh, here we go. What is this? I didn't pay attention. Great Web. That actually kind of sucks. Because I'm going to put a storm here, and then it's going to pull my storm out of here, more than likely.
Wind, aid my hand.
Alright, he's got his Patriot. Pulled his card. That's good for me. Probably just go... Well... See, like, I could play him because I would like to have him there. But I think I need to play the odds of... trying to have the most cards here. I don't have a really ideal setup at the moment. I hate Great Web, by the way. I think this is such an awful zone that really just isn't fun to interact with. I don't know. I have some feelings about it. He's a little confused on what to do here as well. Has he played Mystique at all? He is not. Okay, the Vibranium and a Mr. Sinister, so he's got quite a loaded zone here as well. Okay, but he loses one. Man, it's hit him twice. That's really not fair. Alright, so we play this. Hopefully top deck Cerebro and everything is okay. There's no way it hits him 3 times in a row, right? That would be amazing. Alternatively, if I got Brood, that would be kind of okay. Well... if it takes a card from here into the Great Web, Brood is less effective. What else could I do? So I could play this, and then maybe get a 1-drop, or Luke Cage wouldn't be bad either. Okay, so it won't take any of his cards anymore. Just gonna take... Why'd I have to take it from the middle? Oh, I got the Cerebro, though. So I think I just fill this zone. And I should probably be fine. It's going to add +8 to this zone. And play it's +8 to this zone. I just win, yeah. Well, +8 to each zone, actually. Well, plus 10 to this zone, because the Blue Marble is going to give these 1 point each. There's nothing. I don't think there's anything a Patriot deck can do to gain that much power. He can't Mystique the Patriot. He can't Onslaught the Patriot. I don't think that's enough. Oh yeah, I don't know why I was thinking it was going to fill up that side as well. Yeah, GG's, my dude. Awesome. So that's 1 golden ticket now, right? Won all 3 zones, too. Swiped all 3. Alrighty. And only lost my 2 retreats from really, really bad zones.